ladies and gentlemen of GGC, Georgia Gwinnett College. Welcome back to another exciting show of the Grizzly Talk Podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson, of course, GGC's first podcast show. Also a new RSO on campus of Georgia Gwinnett College. Welcome. So today I had the utmost pleasure to sit in to SGA, of course. What SGA is, a Student Government Association. I was fortunate enough to sit into their meeting today, and they introduced quite a few new members, candidates for SGA, and big shout out to SGA for sure for allowing me to come in and see what they do in their meetings and allowed me to record what they do in the meetings. They got some good things in the works. I also want to share with you how their meeting goes at GGC. I do believe that they have a lot of good things planned for GGC. They got a lot of good things planned. Of course, they've got these new candidates in there to be interviewed and to share a little bit about themselves. Big shout out to my friend Precious. She actually came with me to the SGA meeting. So what you're about to hear on this Grizzly Talk Podcast exclusive, I didn't get a chance to interview the members this week, but next week we're going to be interviewing individually to be a separate Grizzly Talk Podcast for sure. But for this one, we wanted to just kind of share an exclusive and to share with you the chairs and the membership who are in the SGA, of course, the senators, the chairperson, Mayor Tooth, good friend of mine from Res Life. A lot of senators and a lot of treasurers and, new faces in there for sure. So we're going to let you guys enjoy this and comment below what you guys think about SGA. We want your voices to be heard on the podcast. We want your opinion. We want to hear from our fellow Grizzly family, our fellow GGC family. So enjoy it, and we'll be right back live here on Grizzly Talk Podcast. Enjoy the meeting from the Student Government Association at the Stevens Family Board meeting at the W Building. Enjoy.
I really appreciate it. All the senators that are here, the judges. We have the Globe among us. They're the GGC news outlet, whatnot. So they're here. So please give them a round of applause, please. All right. Call to an order at 2:07. I usually have a gavel, so I'm gonna just roll with it. I have Senate Secretary Ali call the attendance.
Hey guys, I'm going to butcher some names, so please correct me if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Senator Bracey. Okay. Senator Johnson.
Here.
Senator Jackson. Senator Cleveland.
Here.
Senator Montgomery. Okay. Senator Roberts. Senator Sika. Did I say it right? Senator Ajaya. Ayodo is the president. Senator Ta. Did I say it right? Senator Flores. Senator Schuster. Senator Wallace. Nathan Wallace. Senator Ariojo. Senator Ashiber. Did I say it correctly? Senator Evans. Lindsay Evans. Senator Nizar. Senator Sumling. Did I say it correct? Sumling. Senator Renee. No. Senator Eli. Did I say it correctly? Ely. Okay, this is a hard one. Senator, okay, how do you say it? OBI. Okay. Thank you. Very pretty looking. Senator Cardoza. Did I say it right? Cardoza. Senator Brown. Senator Bahadur. Senator Dillon. Senator Camayo. Did I say it right? Camayo. Senator McClendon. McClendon? Yes. Perfect, thank you.
That's it. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna call out to, is Abigail?
Hey.
Alright, Abigail is from the School of Health and Sciences, and she will have the floor to tell you guys who she is, why she wants to join SGA, and what she can bring to the table. Yes, Judge.
Is there a motion to move on to the new business?
Motion to move on to new business? Thank you. So I'll call out Abigail Opuni, from School of Health and Sciences.
Do I go fast?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abigail Queen, and my major is nursing. I would like to be part of SGA to help shape up the student GGC. I'm also a nursing student that would like to bring new ideas to the table and help other majors also to be able to achieve their goals and stuff. I believe that being in SGA will help me to improve on my leadership. I'm a leader outside of school, such as being a leader of a political team at church, where leaders from outside of the country comes and I'm in charge of scheduling the food that they're going to eat. And I also, besides the political leader, I'm also a leader in the bookstore, where I make sure that all the books are there. The purchases that everybody will make, I make sure that the money goes towards it also. So I believe that being at an event, creating an event, and helping my fellow senators, being involved with my fellow senators will help me to improve more of my leadership. Thank you.
Does anyone have a question for Ms. Opuni? Yes, Senator Kamayo.
Freshman Senator Catherine Kamayo. What skills do you have that you could bring to SGA?
Okay, skills that I'll attend to people's needs, such as recognizing what the students' needs and stuff, being there to help with any problems that they have and whatever that I can do for them.
Senator Schuster, you had your hand up.
Senator Schuster, School of Science and Technology. So you said that you have ideas to bring to the table for your major or your school. So what ideas do you have in mind?
I want to help with tutoring services with T's and HESIs.
Could you repeat that one more time?
I said I want to help with tutoring services towards the T's and HESIs, which is the test that the nursing students take to get into the nursing program.
Senator Roberts.
Senator Roberts, School of Business. I just wanted to add to that. Well, he took my question. You said you just want to help with the test that the business nursing students take before getting into the nursing program, right? Why don't you just do it through, what's the difference from just doing it through the tutoring center
I mean, I will work with the tutoring center.
As a senator?
Yeah, as a senator.
Senator Johnson?
Senator Johnson, Member Lawrence. This is a weird question, but do you have siblings?
I have an older brother.
So you're a second child and a baby?
I'm a second child.
Thank you.
Any more questions for Ms. Okumi? I'm saying that right. Okumi. Any more questions? Judge Zuniga.
Judge Zuniga, do you believe that your other responsibilities as well as your classwork may be in the way of your SGA responsibilities if you are accepted? Because we do find that that is one of the issues for some new senators sometimes.
No, I will make sure that I make time for SGA as much as I can.
Senator
Senator Hezekiah, Cleveland School of Liberal Arts. Do you find us intimidating?
Sorry, say it again?
Do you find us intimidating?
Like, the whole SGA?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a bad.
Really, Miss, you know, feel free.
Any more questions for Ms. Okumi? No. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Motion to move on to the next candidate. Someone has to first it before they second it.
Motion to move on to the next candidate.
I second.
Danielle Painstill.
Yes, that's me.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, Pencil.
Painstill.
Excuse me, I'm not really used to the crowd, so yeah. My name is Daniel Painstill. I'm a nursing major, and quick fun fact, I've been in the military for 5 years, so trying to come into the SGA is not just to become a leader per se, but to be able to help students, because I'm a student and I have problems, so I can't. And when I have a problem, I have a solution to it. But in order to be able to implement the solution, that's why you guys are here, and you guys are government. So when I join a group like this, and with us talking about problems and giving out solutions and for the benefits of the students, that's the reason why I chose to join the SGA program. And also with my leadership qualities, I would like to be able to add on to what you guys have, because I'm a human and I can always be perfected. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. So joining you guys, trying to tap into everybody's spirits, it wants to make me better. That's pretty much it.
Senator Cleveland.
Senator Hezekiah, Cleveland School of Liberal Arts. What was your branch and rank while you were in the military?
I'm still in the military. I branch with the U.S. Army. I'm a specialist right now.
Got it.
Senator Cardozo.
Senator Cardozo, School of Education. You said you had some problems and you had some solutions with those problems. Can you tell us about some of those?
So with respect to just basic students, last year we had free prints, and this year for some reason we don't. So my solution was to just buy ink for the meantime until I guess the school gives us a leeway. Maybe it might happen, maybe it might not happen, but that's just a simple problem. But all the problems you want to know, I would like to discuss them with you personally.
Raise your flag if you're raising your hand. What do you think? Judge Orsoto.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chief Justice. So you sound motivated, right? You sound like you're here to make change. You have these things that you're going through, other students are going through. A misconception with SGA that I'm seeing is that students think we can solve everything and anything. If you're elected and you're representing your body of students, your field, constituents, how will you deal with not being able, if you say, you come here, you hear it out, and it won't be able to be addressed? How would you deal explaining to them, hey, maybe out of the list of 10 things, I can't do 10. I might be able to pass one. How do you think you're going to deal with the people?
So, with respect to that, thank you for asking that question. You guys are a government, so we take the United States government as an example. It's not every law that is being passed. So if there's a problem and let's say out of the 10 we can only do 2, I'm not going to let go of the 8. I'll still keep it in mind because there's no problem that can never be solved. Because if I just let it go, then I'm not really acting as a student, as an SGA candidate. So with that being said, yeah, we've done 2. So hey, we was able to help solve 2 of your problems, but this 8 is still in check. I'm still keeping in touch with it to make sure that I can find the necessary. And if I don't, then the students will hear about it. So,
Senator Johnson.
Senator Liberal Arts Johnson, DeBoer Johnson. I like that you can handle problems as they come up. How are you with being innovative or proactive?
In what sense?
In identifying problems before they arise, and working towards addressing them to prevent them from even occurring.
I'm somebody that I look before I leap. So sometimes I have procedures already in place before a problem happens, due to maybe somebody that I've seen happen to them that might happen to me. So I try to just look around. So okay, if this person has this problem, there's a chance that I might have it. What are the things that they did to solve your problems? Can I add more to that? And then just keep it in my pocket just in case it happens to me.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yes, you are. I just don't know your name.
Miranda Scales.
Miranda Scales.
Yeah.
Miranda Scales from
The Globe, editor-in-chief of The Globe, Miranda Scales. Hi, guys. I understand that you had experience in the military and that you want to help bring change to GGC. How are you going to implement your experience from the military with currently being a student and, whatever life experience that you have and bring it to the school in a productive way to where you can make certain changes? Or if you're not able to make those changes, how will you be able to present that?
So one big thing I took from, I'm still taking from the military is the chain of command. There's a chain of command everywhere. You guys have a president, a vice president, it goes down to the least member or the cleaner in this group. So for me to be able to implement that over here is to be able to follow that chain of command. I can't just have a problem and just go straight to the president to talk about it. It has to go through a serial number of people before it gets to the president. So that's basically one of the things that I don't really see here most of the time. Students have problems, and instead of just asking other students, they just want to go straight to the professor. That's something that is, to me, is just not student-like. If that answers your question.
Thanks.
All right.
Senator Jackson.
Senator Jackson, School of Liberal Arts. I'd first like to say thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And you say that you're still active.
Yeah,
Are you reservist?
Yeah, active reserve.
Do you feel like that's going to impede you being here when we need you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about it, definitely. I don't know how you guys structure it. The military is structured by fiscal year, so if I already have my plan for the upcoming year, so if there is something here that I can't make it, hey, I'll give you guys my schedule. This is my schedule. If you guys can't work with it, I can't force myself to be in this group. So that's just being upfront.
Any more questions? Well, I'd just like to say that SGA doesn't really work with people's schedule, because as an organization, we it's not only just us. We work with the provost, the president, and people out there, and sometimes we have to work based on their schedule, not even our schedule.
Right.
So that's just another thing that I just wanted to put under the radar.
No problem.
Yeah. Any more questions for you?
Sorry. Gina Morella's advisor right now.
But I'll comment just to her. She said normally SGA already has the schedule out for the calendar for the whole year, so you guys should have been provided with that, from my understanding. So if you were to be elected, you'll be able to already have an idea what's going to be coming up and stuff. The only thing, Senate meetings won't change. It's always going to be Thursdays, 2 to 3 or 3:30ish sometimes, depending on what you guys are trying to work on. But yeah, just so the calendar's kind of already there, so if you were to be elected, you'll be able to kind of see.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, I have Dan Nguyen. Is Dan Nguyen here?
Yes.
Did I say it right? Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Dan Nguyen, and my major is nursing. Right now, I'm re-nursing, and I'm currently freshman in GGC. And I want to try SGA. SGA because I want to protect students' rights and improve school. And I just want to learn more. So, yeah. Thank you.
Senator Chief.
Senator Chief Justice, Political Science and Technology. You say you want to learn more. What specifically are you trying to learn? Is it just knowledge or just more about this community?
I think like to give the ideas and then they collaborate with other students to help school.
Senator Roberts.
Senator Roberts, what other activities do you do outside school?
I would say this is my first time joining outside, like extra outdoor activity. So I think it's my first experience.
Any more questions?
I have one.
Senator Montgomery.
Senator Montgomery, School of Liberal Arts. How comfortable are you with representing your fellow students and like listening to their concerns and interacting with them on a daily basis?
I think it's cool because they can express their ideas, and I have my own idea too. So I can improve. Like I give my opinion, and or oppose that opinion. So I think it's fine.
Senator Camarillo.
Freshman Senator Catherine Kamayo. You said you have ideas. What kind of ideas do you have to bring to the students?
I say I'm gonna like if some problem come, I may come up with my idea. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Motion to move on to School of Liberal Arts.
Second. Oh, sorry. Somebody has to get up and say that we motion to move on to the next School of Liberal Arts, and someone has to second that. So you motion that to
Senator Jackson, School of Liberal Arts. I motion to move on to
School of
School of Liberal Arts.
Thank you.
Senator Hezekiah Cleveland, School of Liberal Arts. I second the motion.
Thank you. Next up, we'll have Jada Jean Paul.
Point of clarification. So when a motion is called, you don't have to repeat your name. You just say, I motion to move on to the next segment. And that's usually just for categories such as new business, announcements, exec board, advisor report. It doesn't have to be done between different schools since it's still under the same category.
Next up, we'll have Alana Eva.
There we go. Go ahead.
Okay, hey guys, I'm Alana Entinger. I'm a second year student. However, this is my first semester at GGC. I did my first full year at Kennesaw State University. My major is political science, but more specifically international affairs. After that, I'd really like to possibly go into law school or get my master's at the University of Georgia. I would love to join SGA because after researching all the clubs when I first got here, I realized that SGA just really loves to help people, and I feel like that's something that I'm really passionate about. I really like volunteering out of school, and I just think SGA is a great club because it stands for what I stand for. So.
Any questions for Katinka? Senator Roberts?
Senator Roberts, I like that you're passionate about SGA, but sometimes some people quit SGA because they feel like things, like what they thought of it is not what it really is. Like you come with all that mindset that this is going to work like this and this is going to work like that, and it doesn't work like that. Would you just quit and leave, or would you stay and figure out the problems?
I would totally stay and figure out the problems. Something that my mom has always taught me is you finish something once you start it. You can't just quit in the middle of it. So I don't really give up on things easily. So.
Someone else have their hand over here? No? Senator Michael Linden?
Freshman Senator Lola McClendon. What leadership skills do you feel that you can bring to the table in SGA?
I think I have been a member of a lot of clubs, and I like to lead, but I also, I feel like I have really good communication skills, and I also bring to the table professionalism, so.
Senator Cleveland?
Yes. You didn't go over your ideas. What ideas do you have?
I don't really have that many ideas yet since this is my first semester at the school, but I would love to, just being around people, I'd like to observe people and see they're frustrated with this, and then bring ideas to the table. So I don't really have any ideas yet, but I come up with them as.
Are you looking into surveying students into figuring out what they would like?
I'd be open to that.
You should join, if we get you in, you should join our subgroup. It's the student enrichment.
Take the
engagement,
next person.
student engagement.
That's
so,
okay.
I kind of want to know about that now.
Chief Judge Osorto.
Nice to meet you. Kind of piggybacking off Senator Roberts. What's the longest time you've spent? You said you joined a lot of clubs. What's the longest time you spent in any club?
Well, in DECA, I was in DECA,
okay.
So the business club. I was in that sophomore year, senior year, and I was vice president of community service, and then I was co-president senior year.
Okay, and I asked that back to retention. You know what I'm saying? One thing is recruitment, you're interested, here's the hype, right? You're motivated. Mm-hmm. But like she said, we're looking for a foundation. So if you come in here and you see problems, mm-hmm. fight through them. You said, I don't give up, right?
Yes.
What year are you? You're a freshman, sophomore?
Yes.
Okay, so essentially you have 3 years here, hoping we can keep you here. And you can use that passion and drive mm-hmm. to change. So yes. Just kind of like piggybacking and a heads up, if you do encounter problems, stay motivated, stay with the passion, because you can do change.
Okay.
It's just not easy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next up, Jada Jean-Paul. No?
So as we get to the interviewing process, if you want to do me a favor, you can record us using my phone so we can use that for Instagram like posts. Yeah.
I major in accounting here. This is my 3rd year. I want to join the SGA because I want to improve my leadership and overall learn more about people and the diversity here at GGC. I've been in a few clubs and organizations. I volunteer at church every once in a while. So I'm more community-based and willing to learn about others. So, yeah.
Any questions for Senator Camayo?
Freshman Senator Catherine Camayo. You said you're a third-year student here, correct? Being here already 2 years, what have you seen at GGC that you think needs to be improved, and how would you remediate?
Well, my first 2 years here, I wasn't very involved because I didn't really see the need. And I think most students like me didn't see the need, but as I grew and I became more involved in school, I realized that it's important because it makes the college experience worthwhile and you learn more than just the academic side, but the communication also.
Senator Obi. Senator Obi Adio. I'm sorry, I know I'm
Senator Obi from the School of Health and Sciences. So you've been at GGC for 3 years, and correct? Okay. This is your last year?
No, this is my third year.
Okay, this is your third year.
Yeah.
So why now?
Well, when I first started, I had a part-time job, but I recently quit because I wanted to focus more on academics and being more involved in school. So I decided to apply and join the SBA.
Senator Flores.
Senator Lucia Flores, School of Business. You previously stated that you're here for what it sounded personal reasons to learn more about the students and whatnot. But we're here to help the school overall. How are you going to put your needs aside to help the school?
Well, ultimately, I want to learn more about the school and the diversity that's in it. Not necessarily to better myself, but to better everyone. I like helping others, so I'm willing to do what I can to help others.
Senator Flagg.
I was just going to simply ask, you said you were involved in church and community affairs. How do you feel like you could transition some of that into, I would say, community affairs and college settings like this?
Well, being patient and open to other people's opinions, because not everyone's the same, so I can't expect everyone to have the same needs as me, which makes us a better community, I guess, because with differences you can fight through problems together.
Senator Sumlin.
Senator Sumlin, School of Science and Technology. You said you wanted to join to enhance your leadership skills, so I wanted to know if you had anything you could bring to the table to SGA. And you also said you quit your part-time job to get more involved. Have you been involved with any other clubs or organizations, or is SGA your first club organization here?
Here on campus, this will be my first.
Miranda Scales, The Globe. So you said that you quit your part-time job because you want to be more focused on your academics. Being in your third year and eventually you'll be into your last year, academics becomes a little bit more heavy. How are you going to be able to balance your academics while being in SGA?
Well, with the SGA, it's a part of my academics to me because ultimately I'm getting more involved in school, and then I'll be able to find better resources, not just for me, but for everyone else too, and kind of just, I guess, grow more that way, if that answers your question.
It doesn't really. I'm asking from the perspective of being able to handle your class load while also being able to provide for the students.
I'll be able to handle because, well, personally, when I was with my part-time job, it turned into full-time and then overtime, and that's why it was kind of hard.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Any more questions? Senator Sumlin.
Senator Sumlin, School of Science and Technology. My question was kind of loaded, but I didn't hear the answer to the first part of my question. What do you think you can bring to the table if you're trying to enhance your leadership skills?
So, I I'm not necessarily the most outspoken, but I'm willing to speak up on topics and things that involve or that affect all of us. So in that respect, I'm willing to go out and talk to people. So.
Senator Adeojo.
Senator Adeojo from School Science and Technology. You said you weren't involved for the past few years of your college experience. I get that. But have you seen anything on campus or noticed anything that you think needs to change or needs improvement that you can help improve through SGA?
Well, I guess making students trust their resources more right here. And okay, so for example, the part-time job fair that just passed, many students don't feel like it would be beneficial to them, so they don't go. But as members of the SGA or just in general, we should make people feel comfortable going and things like that.
Well, thank you. Daniel Joseph. McCurry Malia. No. Didn't show up. No show. Okay. All right. Thank you all for coming and speaking to us. We really appreciate it. And I motion that we hold on to voting on the new candidates until next week.
Is there a reason for that?
Yes. We want to regroup and have you senators regroup and think about all the candidates that were presented to you before you vote on them right now. Yes, Vice President.
There's not going to be no more candidates. These were the last people that we interviewed, and the application has closed. So these were the last people. So I don't know if you want to regroup. You can regroup.
How would one go to wait until next week?
So getting back on Senator Roberts' question, is there any reason why you want to wait until tomorrow? Next week?
Yes, for them to think about it. But it is up to you, senators. Do you want to vote on these people right now?
Okay, I'm going to forget the next time I see them.
I motion we vote on them right now.
Yeah, that's good for the podcast.
So it's not necessarily that she wants to push it off. It's that under Robert's rules, it is customary that if a bill is presented or if new candidates are presented to the floor, you usually give it a week to vote on such things, to give it time to think about it and to discuss it and overview it. It's not necessarily that she's just making a motion. It's that she's trying to explain that it's a 2-week process for the bill.
Well, I don't know how that is working because we've been using rapid rule and we've been voting on candidates as soon as they go in. So if there's another reason that she wants the senators not to vote, I think she should let us know instead of just saying wait for 2 more weeks because we haven't. The only time that I know that we wait on vote is when we don't have enough senators. We have enough senators.
Vice President.
Okay, so to answer Judge Zuniga's question or your statement, you've been a senator person before, and when we have candidates, we do vote on them the same day. And we should respect their time for them to know if they are going to be an NGO or not. So as a student body, as a professional people, we need to make a decision today. The Senate has to make a decision today. I'm not trying to force nobody, but I think it's on the Senate to please respect those people's time. They came here for a reason, so please let's respect their time. Vote today, yes or no. I bet you don't have this kind of issue. Thank you.
Last comment from Judge Zuniga.
So the way that we've typically done it is we suspend Robert's rules for the moment, for the actual vote. So if that's the motion that the Senate puts forth to suspend the Roberts rules in order to vote on them, then that's what the Senate decides, and that's within Roberts rules.
Alright, so, sorry, time is kind of really going and we don't want to go back and forth, so Judge, please, I don't want you to put words in the Senate. They are the Senate, let them make their decision. Whatever they do is on them. We are in the Senate for today. I'm not going to make the decision on you, so please let them make their decision today. Thank you.
The senators have made a decision to vote on these candidates today. So we're going to vote on the candidates
I'm
today.
sorry, I have to clarify that.
Yes.
Well, I'm not saying that we should or should not vote. I'm just saying if there's a reason, a valid reason why we shouldn't, then we won't. But if there isn't, then why not?
All right, we're going to go ahead and vote on that. May I have all candidates step outside, please?
Do I have to take my belongings?
You don't have to. You're coming back in.
So, just a question. For example, science, School of Health and Science, there is 3 people. There is 3 candidates. So, do you know how many we need, all of them, or how many we need? Because both.
Vice President on the floor.
Sorry, wait, what was the question again for the School of Health and Science?
So the candidates, so we're gonna vote all of them. I'm saying we need like more people.
For the School of Health and Science?
Yeah, any position. He's asking if how many
For
people
School of
need
Science and
to
Technology, we have 8 people, 8 senators, and that's it. For the School of Health and Science, it's 5. Because every year we still have more than 1,000 students. It's in the bylaws, so I think you should go back and read the bylaws again, and you can clarify if I'm wrong or right. For the School of Science and Technology, it's 5 candidates, and I know for the school, because you guys have how many senators? 5. It's 6. It's 7, like it's 7 or 6 if I'm wrong, so it's 2 more people for the School of Business.
just to clarify, like how many people we have right now, and then how many people
For the School of Health and Science?
Yes.
2 people.
2 people. Okay.
Can I have input?
All right, you guys, so you're going to go ahead and vote on Abigail, Danielle, and Dan, and Alana. Please keep it down. And Jada, Jean-Paul, go ahead and make your votes, and I'll give you 5 minutes to make your votes, and then we're going to go ahead and Okay, just raise your plaques and we'll go on from there. So all in favor of having Abigail Opime in our School of Science, Health and Science, raise your plaque, please.
She was scared.
It's only 2 people?
And
I'm
still running.
Hi. So when we're doing this process, it will be best to just, I understand the comments for right now. Like we did mention, short time is short. So just, say yes or yay or nay. So it'll be the process will be faster. And just to clarify something, normally for Robert's rule, yes, the process does say 2 weeks. But normally you want to vote the same day. We normally in the past, I'm not saying it because I used to be a senator before I graduated and I'm back working as staff. You do have to send it to break down and ignore the Robert's rule, the order that normally goes. So it's okay if you are voting to it, but just for time wise, just go yea or nay with the tags or name tags, just so it makes the process faster.
I have a quick question. With the voting, is it out of all the senators or out of each?
It's only senators are voting.
Okay.
So all in favor of having Abigail Opumi join us, please raise your hand. Okay. Are you with her?
Raise it high.
Please raise it high so that I can see.
If not, keep it down.
All against having her with us, please raise your hand.
The girl left was wearing a skirt that was right behind her. I thought she's good. She's very enthusiastic about it. So, think they need to pick someone who's more enthusiastic
And
about
all
joining.
that want to abstain from voting.
Yes, there's that one. The rest was timid, scared, didn't want to speak up. And if you're joining an RSO like this, you want to embrace your power. And that I didn't
Next,
see today.
I can't put the name on the face. Can you clarify the person that you were talking about? I have to make sure. Are you going in the order that they went up?
Yeah, they went up.
Okay.
Next up, Danielle Payne still. All in favor of having Danielle Payne still with us? Please hold it high. Let Jaden vote for himself. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 7. All against having Daniel join us. All of those who abstain. Senator Flag, is there a reason you didn't put up your flag?
Did you say it again?
Are you against or with him or?
Director,
Oh no, you're not a senator no more. I'm sorry, I forgot.
You okay?
Yeah.
How many of y'all are abstaining? Next up, yes.
One clarification. So I don't know if I made myself understood. The current voting that is going on, you guys are just missing somebody to say the phrase and somebody has to second the motion to suspend Robert's rules in order to vote. That's the only thing I'm missing.
I motion for us to suspend Robert's rule pertaining voting.
I first to suspend the motion of Robert.
All right, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be an interesting
Next up,
podcast.
Dan Meehan. All in favor of having Dan Meehan join us? All against? We have one in favor. Please put it higher. Dan. They're against it.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, I'm Kennedy Patterson.
Yeah, Miranda Scales.
Yeah, I remember. I'm the president of Grizzly.
All abstaining from voting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And 2 against.
Alana Ettinger. All in favor of having Alana Ettinger with us, please raise your flag.
Raise the flag, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
All against having Alana join us.
Missing 2.
All who abstain? Okay.
One clarification. I think it's just a typo within her last name. It's just supposed to be E-N-T-I-N-T-E-R. Just for
Okay. And I just want to tell you guys the next time you have somebody here, please write notes next to their name. That's why you have the agenda, just so that you remember what it is that you like about them and you don't like about them. Because then it's just weird if you have to vote and you don't remember who you're voting for. Next up, Jada Jean-Paul.
Hey, Lauren, wait, was she?
Yes, she was here. School of Business. The last girl that went up. The short hair, blue shirt. All with Jada Jean-Paul joining us.
She said she had to focus on school, so.
3 for Jada. Yeah. All of those against having Jada join us.
Raise your hand, please. 12.
Abstain?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Can I say something? So, I would like to add, when you guys are voting, I know you guys were saying the first person was scared of someone. I know some of you guys, when you guys were, I guess, trying to get into SGA, some of you guys were scared. So, all I'm saying, when you guys are voting on trying to consider someone to be a part of SGA, know that it's their first time being here, and eventually they're going to be scared.
just give them a chance to get their feet wet, at least to try how SGA is. Because in life, it's all about giving chances. So I feel like you guys should put that into consideration also.
Anything else? Questions, comments, concerns? No? All right, so we're gonna bring them in, and we're gonna tell them. No, I know. Or are we gonna send them an email? Okay. Because I know they were, when I was coming in as a senator, they told us in person, in front of everybody. So I'm just saying.
That part might be scary. The first part.
And I'll tell you guys, when I first came in as a senator, I wasn't picked. And I had to be told in front of everybody that I wasn't in. So yes. Yes, it happened. And now I'm here. So.
Hey.
They're on the fence. You guys want to say something? Senator Camayo.
Freshman Senator Camayo, I don't know how to say it. To revote or something. For Dawn
Warren. Motion to revote for Dan Warren.
I first motion to vote for Donovan.
Is there a second? Okay, let's revote for Dan Warren. All in favor of having Dan Warren with us, please raise your flag. Hi, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Against?
All those against, please raise them high.
Come on.
All abstaining from voting. Motion to revote for Jada.
She's the last person who spoke.
She's a part of our churches, like
Yeah,
groups.
motion to revote.
Stop. Working for school.
Do I get a second? Okay. All those in favor of voting for Jada, please raise your flag. Voting her in. Okay. All against. All abstaining. All right. I'm going to close everything.
Are these people already cleared by the registrar?
They get cleared after they get voted.
So what if we vote for them and they're not cleared? I thought that should be the first part.
Is that what we needed to, that could have been the
I
reason we
mean, you're
needed
not,
to wait.
but again, you're not gonna vote somebody in. You don't want the numbers. It's not about the numbers, it's about what they bring in the table. So if they get voted in and they're not cleared, then so be it. We're just gonna have to find other candidates.
That's what we're trying to do. I was like,
Karen, please have your flags removed from the table. Karen? Your flags? Just have it. Just have it. Remove your flags. Thank you. I want to thank you guys again for coming and giving us your time. We really appreciate it. You will receive an email from us about whether you got in or not. And if you do get in, your acceptance to SGA is still pending based on your academic standing and your behavioral standing on campus. So thank you. Motion to move on to announcements.
I first move on to announcements.
Thank you. So meeting with the dean.
Point of clarification, I'm sorry. So you don't say I first, you say I motion to move on to announcements. Usually the Senate chairperson will say if nobody else does, and when she says I motion, then she needs a second. And if she does not, if she asks, is there a motion, then somebody has to motion first, and then somebody else seconds. So for this example, Cleveland would have said I motion to move on to announcements, and somebody would stand up and say I second the motion.
Thank you, Omar. So I wanted to put it under your radar that all schools of senators from the school, you guys will be coming up together and meeting up with your deans for various reasons, just to talk to them and see what it is that you can do for your school. So I would suggest that everybody in your school, if you're from the same school, get together, get to know each other, have a group meet, talk about when. Wait, hold on. Do you know who the dean of School of Business is?
I know Dean of Liberal Arts.
Who's the School of Business?
Our dean is
Please keep it down, guys. Thank you. I would say go back and look into who your deans are. You guys need to set up a group meet and meet up with your deans. And I would want an update on it by next week. Thank you. Just let me know. So next week when I ask you, do you know who your deans are? I do expect you to give me an answer.
Just to say yes or no if we know who Dean is, or if
You will
you've
tell
already
me
met him.
his name. I expect you to know his name too as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodness. All right.
And committees. So if you were in the retreat on Saturday, you would know that we did pick our committee chairs and secretary for public relations, student engagement, and Grizzly Health and Grizzly or something. So I do want the committee chairs and their secretaries to please stand up if you're here. So Senator Flores, please tell everybody in this room what committee you represent and who are you in that committee.
Secretary of the Grizzlies helping Grizzlies. What else did I have to say?
That's it.
Secretary of that public relations.
Is this the student senator? Okay, so y'all had this, people, okay. Yeah, I'm meeting with the business in our room and.
Can you speak louder? I'm kind of having a hard time hearing.
Make sure you all can just.
Senator, if we
I know,
come to the public session,
I want to make
yes,
sure.
committee chair for
Everything
Senator Sumley, School of Science and Technology. I'm the Secretary of Student Engagement Services.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen of George Gwinnett College. Of course, the first ever SGA meeting, of course. I know I didn't get so into the audio to really be very in front of their face. I know the audio with that. Thank you guys for staying tuned for about almost an hour of their meeting. We lasted a whole hour within SGA meeting. Again, like I say, a lot of good things planned. They're going to be announcing the new candidates. Hopefully, the candidates are not listening to the podcast because they kind of know about it now for the Grizzly Talk Podcast. But they're going to be announcing their new candidates. I do see a lot of good things coming out for SGA. I do see a lot of new faces, a lot of new changes that they're doing, not only for SGA, but for the student body here at Georgia Gwinnett College. So I can't wait to see what they come up with next within the semester. I know they have a lot of good things planned, a lot of good changes. So I want to thank again SGA for allowing us, Grizzly Talk Podcast, to come on to their meeting and disclose what they do in their meetings. So you guys can get excited for it. SGA, they want to hear from the students. So if you guys have something that you want change here at the school, run it through the SGA. I know some people run it through us at Grizzly Talk Podcast, and I know
We're trying to get the word out there, but it's really up to SGA to make these changes, and it's up to the students to go to SGA and really express their concerns to SGA for sure. So let us know. They want to hear from us. They want to hear from us, the students. So again, it's a good chance, a good opportunity to get involved for sure. So that's gonna do it, y'all, for the Grizzly Talk Podcast. Enjoy the rest of you guys' day, and we'll see you guys on the next Grizzly Talk Podcast.